Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fandomies. Erin and I recently finished the first 3 episodes of Invincible on Amazon Prime. And wow, on today's show, we're going to talk about the characters, a little bit of their origin story if they have them, and the amazing voice actors that voice them. It's going to be a great time. I'm Greg.
And I'm Erin.
And we talk about superheroes and science fiction every single week. So hit that subscribe button, hit the bell button so you don't miss anything. Erin, are you ready to get in to the actors, the characters, their origin stories, and any other useless information that I remember from the comics, or will probably mess up and make the comment section go crazy?
Yes.
More of that one.
Yes. Both. All of the above.
Nice. Now, there's going to be spoilers because the show has not covered origin stories for anybody but Omni-Man and Mark. So, which is Invincible. In case you didn't know, hopefully you watched the show. That's what I'm trying to say. First, we're going to start with the lead of the show, the Mac Daddy. Well, it's really the Mark Daddy. Well, it's the Mark son. It's Mark Grayson, voiced by Steven Yeun, who is Invincible. I mean, not in real life. Like, this is going really bad. Invincible in the show is Mark Grayson, who's voiced by Steven Yeun. You think that made sense?
I hope so.
His father is Omni-Man, who's Earth's most powerful and beloved superhero. So, of course, he gets his superpowers from his daddy. You know, his daddy. Very much like Homelander, now that I think about it, and his son. He can fly, he's invulnerable, has super speed, is super strong. Pretty much Homelander. And Superman.
Or Superman.
Yeah.
Is it Kryptonite Superman? When does he get mean?
Yeah, he's like red Kryptonite Superman. No, Invincible's nice. Steven Yeun should be well known if you watch this show. I mean, if you watch this show and you think, Steven who? How do you spell that? Like, you're probably watching or listening to the wrong show. Because it's Glenn from The Walking Dead, man. It's Glenn. And Keith in Voltron. And then Steve in Tales of Arcadia. You know, the Troll Hunter, 3 Below. We've talked about all this stuff multiple times. So, like, come on. Get your act together, people. You know who Steven Yeun is. Who else do we have, Erin?
We have Sandra Oh.
Oh.
Oh, my.
Oh, my.
And she voices Debbie Grayson, you know, Mark's mom.
Oh, Mark. Sorry, man. Didn't mean to talk about your mom like that. My mistake.
And she's also Omni-Man's wife.
So she's the Mac mommy.
Yeah.
I see.
And she's pretty much just a regular human, and she has no superpowers that I know of yet, at least.
Yeah.
I don't know. I keep thinking they're going to pull something out. And
She's superpowered at putting up with Mark Grayson's crap.
yeah.
He's got a lot.
And you might have heard her in She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. She was Glimmer's aunt.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Yeah. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, that's super fun.
A lot of these voice actors, they've done animation as well as live acting, and
Yeah,
so they're multi-talented.
Not their first gig.
Yeah.
I love She-Ra.
Oh, yeah. It's good.
All right, next we have J.K. Simmons, who voices Nolan Grayson, a.k.a. Omni-Man. He is the super powerful superhero with no known weaknesses. We learn he also has an evil side. Omni-Man is from Viltrum, which makes him a Viltrumite.
Not a Vegemite?
No. He's from up high, not down under.
I come from a land down under.
You might have seen J.K. Simmons in Marvel movies or TV series playing Jonah Jameson. Excuse me.
I've seen him.
Or in Zack Snyder's Justice League as Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah, we just watched that.
Yeah.
Podcast link below.
If you're like us and you've watched episodes 1 through 3 only, and maybe you haven't had any history with the comic book, I'm not going to spoil Omni-Man's true origins because we've seen what he told Mark in the show so far. And something's not right because he's smashing heads like popping pimples. So something's up. I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to go too far.
Next, we have Gillian Jacobs, and she voices Eve, Samantha Eve Wilkins, Adam Eve. She's another teenage superhero on the show, and she can manipulate matter on a subatomic scale. Sounds pretty cool.
Yep.
And she can transmute substances, create force weapons, fly, and a lot of other cool stuff.
Wow.
And you might have recently heard her in Star Trek Lower Decks. Remember she was Boimler's girlfriend on one episode?
Ooh.
And if you don't know her from Lower Decks, you might have seen her on Community. That's where we first saw her. She's Britta.
Britta's so awesome.
That's how we know her.
Eve's origin story is, at least in the comics, is a experiment from like a shadow agency, a government agency. We think it's a government agency anyway, some sort of group. And they pump Eve's mom with a bunch of chemicals to try to make a super baby.
Ooh.
Well, they succeeded. But when she popped out, the doctor couldn't bring himself to give Eve up to the government. So he faked her death. And Eve was able to grow up like a regular kid with her mom. Yeah, with her parents. And then she got her superpowers later in life or whatever. And now she's a superhero.
Wow.
Yeah. The government doesn't know their plan was foiled by a doctor. But I thought that's a cool origin story.
Yeah.
Next, we have Jason Mantzoukas, who voices Rex Splode or Rex Sloan.
Explode?
Rex Splode. I didn't name him. Okay. He can charge molecules to an unstable level of power, making any object explode. Reminds me of Gambit, like the Marvel superhero Gambit.
Yeah.
He got his superpowers from the government trying to make a superhero. They essentially bought him from very, very poor parents and injected him with a bunch of stuff. And then they like grafted his electronics onto his bones, kind of like Wolverine.
Ooh.
That's how he can do the things he can do. Now, he is super strong and super fast. He jumps high, and he can probably super jump fast rope.
He's really good at parkour is what I'm hearing.
Yes, I think he's good at parkour. He wears cool little glasses. Honestly, voiced by Jason Mantzoukas is nuts. I mean, it is really crazy. If you've ever heard Jason or seen him, he's been in The Good Place as Derek. Every time I hear Rex Splode's voice on this show, I want to press the Derek button. Like, put that on the screen, Erin. I just want to reset this sucker. But he was also in Brooklyn Nine-Nine as Adrian Pimento.
A crazy character.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Mantzoukas just plays himself in everything. Because I just watched a Jimmy Kimmel interview, and I felt like I was in Adrian Pimento's apartment on the Zoom call or whatever. Like, it was nuts. Like, he had full hair, walking around his kitchen real fast. It was crazy. But yeah, he was basically bought from his family. His family was real poor. But then he goes back to find his family, and they're living in a mansion, and they have new kids. It was very much like, who was it in Silicon Valley?
Jared
in Silicon Valley. Oh, it's so funny. Oh my God, it's so funny. Oh man. Poor Rex Splode. Seems like a good deal for his parents, though. I mean, I'm just saying.
Oh.
Turned out okay for him, too. I
Yeah.
mean, he's a superhero.
Yeah.
And in the show, he's dating Adam Eve. So, I mean, it turned out really good for Rex Splode.
He was dating her.
Yeah.
There's also Melise Jow, and she voices Dupli-Kate. And she can duplicate herself over and over.
No.
I don't know how this is a superpower, but it is.
I mean, I could use two of myself.
Three or four
I
or
could
five.
use two of you, too, I think. That'd be good.
Yeah. Like one to do the dishes and one to work on the podcast.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
That, yes.
Mm-hmm. But you might have seen her in The Flash. She was Dr. Light. Do you remember her?
I do. I pulled up a couple of videos on YouTube and I immediately went like, oh, I know her.
Mm-hmm.
Totally remember.
Yeah. What was her comic book origin?
This is a weird one. So her ancestors attacked, I believe it was the Chinese emperor, and took over China and became the emperor. But before the old emperor died, cast some sort of a spell on her family, on her ancestors. And it was like the 7th grandchild of the 7th grandchild or something like that would have a family so large that they couldn't feed themselves.
Ooh.
Yeah. In Dupli-Kate's origin, her mother and father had Dupli-Kate and her brother Multi-Pete. I know.
I like these names.
I know. Well, anyways, her mother, I believe, died in childbirth or something, and the father had to take care of them. And anyway, they started multiplying at a very young age, and the father went crazy, and the government took responsibility for Dupli-Kate and Multi-Pete. And when she hit puberty, she was able to reabsorb her clones and control her powers.
Mm.
Now she can duplicate herself. You know, they can die or reabsorb or whatever.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds neat.
And we don't know what happened to Multi-Pete yet. So they only mention her brother during her origin story, but I haven't seen him yet in the story.
So maybe he'll be back.
Yeah.
Or we'll get another origin story.
We will see. There's probably another superhero or villain out there.
So far, we've seen scientific experiments,
Mm-hmm.
alien technologies, and ancient curses creating these superheroes.
Yeah. And there's also magic.
Mm.
So hopefully we learn Monster Girl's origins. She's a magical beast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this comic basically has no rules for the universe. It even has dimensional travel, like multi dimensions.
Nice.
So anything could happen.
Yeah.
And there are no rules, which is a little outside of my comfort zone because I like to think about what characters might do in the circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
But so far it's been really good. If we didn't talk about your favorite character, it's only because we don't have enough time in this video to talk about every character. And we're going to make another Invincible episode when it's all over. So you can stay tuned for that. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. We would love to hear from you down in the comments. Don't forget to hit the little bell so you're notified every time we make a video. It's not every day. Don't worry. We won't be in your DMs every day. What's the saying? In your inbox. We won't be blowing up your phone.
You won't get the notification on your phone every day.
Oh yeah, that sounds much more reasonable. I might send you a DM though if you seem nice. I mean,
that's a comment below.
Oh,
that's what we want.
Oh,
comment
below. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Bye.
If you like Invincible like we do, and you also like comic books that have been adapted to TV shows, you should check out our Resident Alien stuff up here. Also, check out the full podcast, which is in the link below, that we talk about this stuff in much more detail. I think you'll love it. Thanks.